So as you can see here, I have this visualizations already created out of that data hub. But to show you how this is done, how we first connect to the MarkLogic database is going to this get data. So in the get data section in the database, if you notice, there are a bunch of named connector to connect to those database, and MarkLogic is also one of the listed named connectors. So we can directly connect to the MarkLogic database using this named connector. And now if I select that and connect, so here I just have to provide the information to the MarkLogic ODBC driver, that which host I'm connecting to and what port on that host I want to connect to. So my host is localhost and my employee database is on port 8012. So before you come here and connect to this, one small thing which we need to do is basically in the MarkLogic server for this employee data hub. As you notice, I have this ODBC server created here for this employee data hub, and that is on port 8012, and that data hub is connected to my content database as data hub 5 HR final. So that's my content database for employee 360. So that's how in the Power BI, when I say that I want to connect to localhost on port 8012, since 8012 is connected to this employee data hub, it gets connected to my HR data hub. And then I have two different options to connect to, either import. In that case, it will import the content of that entire HR data hub, and direct query is more for the live connections. So it doesn't do any import of the data into the Power BI desktop, but it runs the query at runtime and gets you the live data, real-time data. So depending upon your use, you can select how you want to connect. I'm using the import option so that I get all the employee data imported into the Power BI desktop. So once I do that, it is querying the MarkLogic database and then connecting it to the view SQL view which is there on that database on port 8012. So we know that we have that employee view available through our entity services, and that's what it gets connected. And now once I click on load, it brings all this 2000 employee records in that data hub into Power BI. So I already did that for this visualizations, and this is how we connect. And same way, if you notice, I connected two different data hubs, right? So not only employee, but I also connected the medical claim database, which is running on another port 8065. And then that also I have imported here on this workspace on this dashboard to show that how I can connect to two different data hubs in MarkLogic and have one visualization. So on the left hand side, what you see here is the analysis about the medical claims by the year, month, and by the drug class. So for each of the drug class, how the claims are. So on the y-axis you get the claim amount, and the line represents the count of claims, the number of claims from the patients. Same way, the graph below is the medical claim amount represented by the bar for each gender, male, female, and the line representing the number of claims. But in this case, this is by the brand name drug. So for each drug class, what are all the different drugs from which has the most claim, right? So very informative insight into this claim analytics. And same way on our employee data hub, I have these visualization of employee count by department, and then total compensation dollar amount by department, and then using the geospatial capability in MarkLogic. MarkLogic natively supports persisting the latitude and longitude data, and then MarkLogic has the API with Google or Azure. In this case, I'm using this map visualization of Power BI, and easy to then see the spread of employee across the globe. So that's pretty much for the demo today, that how we can connect to MarkLogic data hubs and create this beautiful visualizations in Power BI.